God hath chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. And God hath chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty. And base things of the world and things which are despised hath God chosen, yea, to bring to naught things that are high.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Everything's gonna be all right this morning. Oh, yeah. Now, when I was a young boy, at the age of 5, my mother said I was gonna be the greatest man alive. But now I'm a man. I passed 21. I want you to believe me, honey. I have lots of fun. I'm a man. Spell him H-I-N. That rather than man. Baby. Oh, child. Why? That means mannish boy. I'm a man. I'm a full-grown man. I'm a man. I'm a natural-born lover's man. I'm a man, child. I'm a rolling stone. I'm a man, child. I'm a hoochie-coochie man. Me and my mate. You know I made the moon, honey. Come up 2 hours late. Wasn't that a man? I spelled him.
Oh, hello, Jenny? Yeah, John. I'm downtown on the green at Liggett's. Just as I was coming up, I noted 5 policemen outside. They're probably going to pick me up in a few minutes. What I'll probably do is go into church and pray. Well, I think the cops are kind of scared. They probably won't mess with me till they figure out some strategy. If they try to stop me, I'll just kind of jiggle them with my spear and just keep on going till I get to church. I'll probably see you late tonight. We can set in things in motion to get me out of jail. Tell the kids Daddy said hi, and I won't be in jail long, okay? Okay, bye-bye.
Mr. Barber. Mr. Barber. Now, the only thing I can tell you is this is a dangerous weapon. May I see it, please? We'll take a walk downtown.
Well, I don't want you to have it.
I'll hold it until our supervisor tells me it's a dangerous weapon. This is a dangerous weapon.
You got my possession.
Right, and
I don't want you to have it.
I'll hold it until our supervisor tells me it's a dangerous weapon.
Well, we'll keep the dangerous part. Look, without an arrest, you don't have the right to have my property. Do you understand?
I can hold it.
On what grounds? I mean, what gives you a right to take something of mine? And I can't take something of yours.
Well, this is what I'm checking on. This.
Well, I mean,
Now, the only thing I can tell you is this is a dangerous weapon.
Is the stick dangerous?
Could be.
Well, why don't you hold this one?
No, I'll prefer to hold this one.
What's the point? What's the difference? I think my fist could be dangerous.
What's it all about?
I don't know what the hell to make out of them.
What's happened? What's going on?
It's pretty weird.
When I walked down the street past Yale, you know, in agreement with the spear, some people thought it was outrageous, some thought it was funny, some thought I was just trying to attract attention, some thought I was crazy, some thought I was a nuisance, some thought I was a danger, like the policeman, for example. But the thing was, I was controlling their responses to me.
A man has some psychiatric problem, you treat it.
What's the sense of walking around? I mean, what's the point of it?
To cause attention, have people look at him and notice him.
Interesting subject matter for the camera.
Yeah, but for God's sakes, that's a real spear walking around in public. If we walked around with a knife on the outside, we'd be pinched.
I knew when I purchased my spear that white people would get upset. It was an interesting experiment. I was already wanted for this inciting the riot, like I already indicated, so additional arrest didn't bother me one way or the other.
But he's probably parading around with the thing. What the hell? I don't blame the cops.
New Haven cops are just bastards, you know.
And they're only human beings with blood and arteries and flesh like you and me.
The only dangerous weapons I've seen are the ones in the possession of police.
Police are always frightened of anything that looks unusual.
Well, that's how cops are. They like to bother people.
Now, real sense, Whitey had to move to stop me, because since that spear was like an elongated penis. And the one thing the white man fears is the black man's masculinity.
No, I think he should be allowed to carry it wherever he likes.
Looks like a stick, painted, right? Black and white.
Maybe he's carrying a threatening manner. It's not a switchblade. It's not a 5-inch kind of blade that someone, you know, it's just like a walking stick thing.
You'd be killed with it.
Yeah, he could pick up papers with it, too, if he wanted to, I suppose.
I mean, you know, everybody's got their bag.
Arrested for it. Well, I don't really see anything too wrong about that.
I mean to terrify Whitey. I don't think he can be moved by anything else but terror. I mean to use as a weapon, the mythology that he has about the angry, crazy nigger.
If he came at you with that.
None of them look violent to me until they either use a knife or a gun or something like that.
I wouldn't have anything like that around my house. What about guns? That's something else.
There's certain laws and everything. Everybody got to go by them. You can't fight City Hall, you know what they say.
We gonna define our own law and order. Whitey made us slaves. He segregated us on the basis of law.
When John first appeared in this court, he was dressed in African garb. Wasn't strange to me. But I think his costume was strange to the judge sitting on the bench.
The judge is getting more and more upset. So at this point he says, "Where do you think you are?" And I says, "I'm on the way to the land of freedom." Which really, you know, knocks him off his rocker. He stands up with his arms gyrating by this time and says, "I mean, right now, where are you?" I tell him I'm on the way to the promised land. I'm striving for freedom.
I'm sure he thought that John was what we call non-compos mentis. Was not capable of understanding the proceedings then taking place. So he ordered that John be examined by 2 psychiatrists.
Oh, I made up my mind after the first telephone interview that he was in full command of his rational faculties and that there was no doubt that he met the technical criteria for being mentally competent.
I found Mr. Barber initially and throughout my contact with him to be a really highly intelligent and certainly very, very intellectual, very well read, very enthusiastic, very dynamic young man.
And real since I played a game, I remember them asking me, where was I? Where did I think I was when I stood before that judge? I told the psychiatrist, "Well, now, how you want me to answer that question, really, Doc?" And the psychiatrist said, "Well, what do you mean by that? You know, like, must be some deep psychological meaning to it." I said, "Well, you know I'm going to answer the question the way I want to in terms of my own interests. That's what you would do, wouldn't you?" "What do you mean by that?" He asked me. I said, "Well, you know, where I am, where I was then and where I am now is determined by the way I want you to think about it."
The theory is that when a black man or a Negro, whatever you want to call him, when a guy wants to be a man, He's either got to be crazy, or he's a communist, or he's a fascist. You see? And the only way you handle a crazy man is to put him in a crazy house. The only way that you can handle a militant is to lock him up, you know, right or wrong. This is a system. This is what white people think.
And so I felt black people ought to be free to go ahead and burn and pillage and hate whitey and do whatever they wanted to. Do it the all-American way, as rap says. And the all-American way is violence, of course.
I believe I'm Prometheus here. I'm gonna bring the fire on down to earth, me and Rap and Stokely. The fire burns in my heart, whether you believe it or not. I believe you would hate to burn, wouldn't you? Barbecue. You know, I got relatives who were barbecued in Mississippi. Suppose you were barbecued, man. Like we napalm people in Vietnam, it would be ugly, wouldn't it? You would be even black. Can you think of a fate more despicable? Well, I would barbecue you, man, in order to be free.
August 4th and 5th, the store was burnt by a group of men. John Barber was supposed to have been one of them. He and 4 other fellows were captured in the car. One fellow had as a confession in admitting that John Barber and these 4 of the fellows were together when this store and Keeney Grill were burned.
I went down there and watched it burn all night long. Burned for about 4 hours. While I was watching, he ran in his store to get his shotgun. He was gonna shoot me on the scene.
When the store first burnt and I didn't have insurance and I knew I was losing everything, and I had in my mind all I wanted to do was kill.
We'll burn down every exploitative whitey in the ghetto. We want whitey out of the ghetto. We want the right to determine our destinies, which means we're gonna control the black economy. It means we're gonna control black schools. It means we're gonna control the black political structure.
People down here don't need people like John Barber. We don't need to make this a black ghetto area.
If we have to burn down white America, we're gonna be free. And that's why I'm out here. And that's why I'm letting my little light shine. This is what I call pyro power. Black power. We mean to upset the old way. They all is dying. They got to die. There's a new thing coming. It's a brilliant new thing. It's black, and that's the thing that I'm part of. It's part of the great tradition that Garvey and Elijah Muhammad and Malcolm and Stokely and Rap represented. And we're saying black is beautiful. And like James Brown sing, we're saying I'm black and I'm proud. Rather than kill, I'd really, frankly, make love. When they arrested me for the arson in connection with that store, Kenny Supermarket, Cesare store in Hartford. My alibi for that was at the time of the burning, I had my arms around 2 women. One was black and one was white, and I didn't draw the racial lines on either one of them, and both of them were fine, yeah.
Well, I think almost all black people have had to revolutionize their thinking in terms of the militant way our men are going now. I think it has its dangers. It certainly takes him away from the family more than I would like. It puts an extra duty on me as the wife and the mother to try to fill this gap. But I think it's a necessary position that he has to take for his own psychological stability.
I think some kooky white person might think he could get some masculinity in disposing of me, or some white cop. I think it's highly likely that I will provoke whitey into the necessity to dispense with me.
I have received so many threatening phone calls. They'll use quite abusive language. We're going to burn the house down. Well, you tell him we're going to get him. We know how he comes home. We know the route he takes.
What, black America is producing for the first time now is a group of assertive black males who mean to bring about freedom for the race. Over the years, black women have had not only to support the family, but to be the dominant influence in the face of men who were compromised and beaten and brutalized. Now, I live for my sons, and I will die for my sons. The thing that I want to leave
is a legacy of manhood. I expect to die poor and black and hated by most white people and misunderstood by a lot of blacks. But if my children understand me, my wife understands me, I think that I will have contributed my part to black freedom. What I want my sons to be is not like me, but I want them to be free so that they can go ahead and do whatever they want to do. If one of them wants to be a black nationalist, he can do that. If one wants to be an assimilationist, he can do that. I want to give them the opportunity to become whatever they want to become firemen, to become ministers, to become doctors or lawyers, or even, for that matter, president.
But I really don't want to be president because there's nothing wrong. Yes, I really do want to be president. Stop the war and do everything. Stop it, right? Stop it and everything, but I changed my mind. I really want to be a fireman. Sometimes you get killed before you can even be president. Killing was on both sides. No, they didn't want that. Either he was on their side or the colored people's side. No, he was on both sides. So they killed my candid. I don't care if I'm going to get killed. I'm not going to try to get peace in the world. The only reason I want to be a fireman is because I can save people's life.
Oh, yeah? Well, a lot of people think Daddy sets fires. You think Daddy sets fires?
No.
Daddy was in jail a little while, a couple of days up in Hartford about some fires. Remember that?
Yeah. But you didn't do them.
I've been arrested over 20 times. I've never had a conviction. I expect to be convicted, though, for a long time, spend some time in jail or to be killed in the course of doing what I want to do about my life.
Martin Luther King. He saved the colored people. Now, they got Martin Luther King first because he was the king of the colored people.
Every breath in me, every word that comes out of me, every movement of my body, and every thought that I think is directed around beautiful things like freedom and blackness and power.
The issue is you, John Barber. It's a real political thing, but that's why we've got to fight it. We've got to fight hard. You always have to fight white people. That's a strange thing in this society. Fight them and fight always. And that's what we're going to do today, right? We're going to pick the jury and we're going to ask all those good white folks whether or not they have any prejudices against you, and they're going to sit up there and lie to me, aren't they? They're going to say they never heard of John Barber.
Now, here's the thing, no matter what they do, I mean, whether they find me guilty and put me in jail, we still going to have to do our thing.
Sure.
So it means, probably more burnings and more riots unless finally white society can get on down with it and deal with the fact that we intend to be free. And we're going to do whatever it takes to be free. We're not for law and order anyway. We're for change, revolutionary change. Black people being able to be free. They expect me to stay in my place, be nice about it, even submit myself to their judge and jury and then possible jail. The man took my property, the white man. See?
Right.
And I ought to do the same thing to him that they do to black people when black people take their property in shops and things. They shoot them. We're on the green right now. When I first walked across this green with my spear, last April, right after Martin King got killed, the whiteys felt challenged.
We're at the courthouse here, John. Get on down here to see what we can do. Yeah. Gee whiz.
Here it goes. Here it goes.
Me and my mate. You know I made the moon, honey. Come up 2 hours late. Wasn't that a man? I spelled him A-child in that rebel name. Toby, oh child, why that mean man is spoiled? Full grown man. I'm a man. I'm a natural basketball lovers, man.